What's up out there, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. I hope you guys are doing well out there on this Monday evening. Doing pretty good myself. I come across this particular story right here with this Brownsville, Texas situation with this man up in the upper right-hand corner right here over this wrecked SUV by the name of George or Jorge Alvarez, 34 years old, okay? Turns out he was arrested basically for, from what they're saying, he allegedly ran his car into a group of migrants in Brownsville, Texas, and happened to take the lives of 8 people, injuring 11 more. Now, what I want to do is check out a couple videos right here, starting with Michael Strahan, and we'll get into the commentary.
In Texas was hit with another tragedy this weekend when a driver slammed into a group of people at a bus stop outside a migrant shelter in Texas. 8 people were killed and 9 injured. John Quiones is on the scene in Brownsville. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Michael. You know, this shelter here in Brownsville is known as the Ozanam Center, and for years it's been a beacon of hope, a refuge for immigrants desperate for a better life. Well, just 24 hours ago, this was the scene of death and destruction as an SUV came barreling through a crowd of migrants who had gathered across the street waiting for a bus.
This morning, authorities investigating a motive behind a deadly car crash into a crowd of migrants in Brownsville, Texas, leaving at least 8 dead and 9 injured.
At about 8:30 in the morning, we received a phone call about a major accident where a gray Land Rover ran over several people that were waiting at a bus stop.
The harrowing moment captured on this surveillance video. The group, some of which are immigrants, are seen here just before the impact, sitting on a curb, waiting for a bus. Eyewitness Jose del Tránsito Rubio Armijo saying he could hear the car hitting people and the thumping, and saw the SUV roll over when it hit them. The group had just left a local homeless shelter that helps migrants in South Texas.
The bus is in a very busy intersection, and it's just seeing one post with the sign of the bus where people need to wait for the bus standing up. Instead of being standing up, they were sitting on the edge of the road, of the sidewalk.
Authorities say the suspected driver of that gray Range Rover is a male Hispanic resident of Brownsville. He's now in custody and received medical treatment. Police now conducting a criminal investigation to determine whether the incident was targeted or accidental.
They saying that the car lost control. Now, whether we know whether it was an accident or intentional, that is still under investigation.
We may learn more later today at a police briefing, but right now the residents of this town are stunned in disbelief. After all, this entire region, the Rio Grande Valley, has traditionally been a place where immigrants are welcomed and embraced. Robin?
All right, John. Thank you for your reporting and that deadly crash. And I'm seeing that the location where this incident occurred has now become kind of a place where people are coming to pray and to support those folks, the 8 people who lost their lives and some who are also in critical at this hour. Gabe, what were your impressions of this information that we just heard?
That's right, Jose. Well, I want to give you a sense of the scene right here really quickly. If Gary, if you can show what's going on right here. There is a group that has gotten here to the scene. This is the scene where those 8 people were standing when the SUV crashed into the bus stop, and now there is this group paying their respects. And Jose, my impressions about this news conference, well, we did get some new information about the suspect here. We know that Jorge Alvarez, now according to police, has an extensive criminal history that includes several charges of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, assault causing bodily injury to a family member, and resisting arrest, theft of property, and many more. Now, again, he now has been charged with 8 counts of manslaughter. He's being held on $3.6 million bond. But Jose, there's still several unanswered questions at this point. Authorities were asked whether this was an intentional act. They say it is part of an ongoing investigation. We had spoken with migrants earlier today. One of them specifically says firsthand that as the suspect was leaving the scene, that he had an obscene gesture and that he yelled anti-immigrant rhetoric to these migrants. Again, that has been unsubstantiated by police, but they call this an ongoing investigation. He is, though, under arrest. Again, news here, the suspect named Jorge Alvarez, with an extensive criminal history, and is now facing 8 counts of manslaughter. The latest we heard from the mayor is that several of those who were injured also remain in critical condition here. And of course, this community is just stunned that this has happened, again, right across the street from a migrant shelter that has seen an influx of Venezuelan migrants over the last few weeks, Jose.
Yeah, and Gabe, I know that you picked this up as well, even though it was a question and answer in Spanish, but we translated it here. But one of the questions was, is he cooperating? And it seemed like the head of police said no, he's not cooperating as of right now.
And, you know, that tracks with what we were hearing yesterday. The police said that he was not cooperating. It took some time to identify him, indeed. But now, again, that news is that he has been publicly identified and his history has been laid out. Still, Jose, there's a lot of unanswered questions here in terms of, you know, was this intentional? Was it not? Was he drunk? Was he not? That question did also come up in the news conference, and the authorities came back and said they were waiting on toxicology reports. From speaking with at least one firsthand witness here on the scene and several others that were in the vicinity that were bystanders, they said that the suspect did appear to be intoxicated while the tragedy unfolded yesterday. But again, authorities say they're waiting for toxicology reports to confirm that. But this scene, of course, you know, it's just devastating for those in this community. As you can hear behind me, the prayer ongoing, an impromptu vigil essentially happening at a makeshift memorial, which has only grown in the last few hours in front of this migrant shelter, Jose.
Yeah, and Gabe, there was one line that he said, we haven't ruled out whether it was on purpose or not, but they started by saying that he ran a red light, lost control, and then hit the people. That would be, you know, just a. Anyway, Gabe Gutierrez, I thank you very much for bringing us the very latest. I really appreciate it.
Well, now, I'm telling you, there's no shortage of crimes going on in this country right here. You know, just last week, I saw a story where this Latino man, okay, basically was shooting his gun off in his yard, and the neighbors next door asked him could he stop doing it because their baby was, you know, trying to get some sleep. And what this crazy lowlife did, went in there and slaughtered the whole family, 5 people, okay? Just over the weekend, we had the Texas mall shooting where I believe 8 people were hurt there, or killed, in other words. And that was a Latino man, okay? And now we have this particular situation. What's going on? You understand, with Latino men now, you know what I'm saying, to the point to where, you know, they feel like, you know, they need to exceed violence, you know, on individuals for whatever reason. Now, they arrested this guy right here because, not because it's an accident, but because they actually, you know, the law enforcement actually interviewed a lot of those migrants, and they was telling them, hey, this guy was using, you know, all kinds of racist rhetoric and every damn thing else. But, you know, what I can't understand is this. He's over here, this guy right here. But look, if you go around anybody else, you understand, I mean, people of different, you know, persuasion or what have you, they look at you the same way as a migrant. So who are you to give them the finger and, you know, cuss them out and call them migrants? That's my point right there. You understand? Like I'm telling you, man, it is a bad situation going on around here. You know what I'm saying? In this country. And that's just all there is to it. You have got to watch your back. You understand, when you're out in public, as well as when you're in your own home, because you just never know what these crazy ass people will do. And that's just all there is to it. You know, got to be prepared. That's all I got on this one, people. I'd like to hear your thoughts and opinions on it in the comment section. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you care to support the channel, the Cash App will be in the description box. People, please remember to live your life as though we're being watched, simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.